So today, this is our last day of composition of functions, and today is actually the first time we are composing functions. Everything that we've done has led up to this point. So this is pretty similar to what we did on Friday, but we are adding in one little extra step where we have to go backwards a step. So I have 2 examples that are refreshers, 4 that are compositions of functions, and then 4 U-tries, and then that's all I have for you today. But by the end of the lesson, you will be able to compose 2 functions, okay? Thanks. Okay, so before you start, I recommend that you write these 3 functions down, f of x, g of x, and h of x, because we're using them for the next 6 examples. Those 3 functions are the same. And then our first 2 examples are refreshers from, I think, the first day of this lesson. So I have g of f of 5 and h of f of negative 5. So I'll give you a second to copy that down. Okay, first I have g of f of 5. How do I start solving that? Yes, Diego. Plug 5 into f. Do we all agree with him? I heard you guys say it. Yes, this time we agree with him. No, that's good. Thank you, Diego. So I said thank you. That is a good one. I have f of 5. It's because he stayed on the same question as us this time. So I have 5 plus 1, which is 6. Now, what do I do with that 6? I'm going to plug that into g because f of 5 equals 6. So g of f of 5 is going to be g of 6, which is 2 times 6 plus 3. Gentlemen, you're right in front of me. I can hear you. So that is going to be 15. Is that one okay? Yeah, we've been doing that since like Tuesday or something last week. Since Tuesday because we took the test on Monday. Only on this? Okay, so I have h of f of negative 5. Yes, JJ, I'm going to find f of negative 5 first because that's my inner function. Now, if you forgot, you can always rewrite this because those are the same thing in different notation. Okay, h of f of negative 5. Yes, question. It's a 2, I'm sorry. My stylus is skipping. So, first I'm finding f of negative 5, which is good, negative 4. And since that is f of negative 5, where do I plug that back into? Into the h of x. Good. So that is negative 4 quantity squared minus 6. What is negative 4 squared? Why isn't it negative 16? Yeah, negative times a negative is positive. So my final answer will be a 10. And for those of you who forget, remember these 2 are not the same. Because I find 4 squared first, which is 16, and then I put a negative on it. And then I have a positive 16, and those aren't equal. Whoops, sorry. I clicked the wrong button. I clicked the wrong button that time, I'm sorry. Okay, here are our new 2 examples. So this is actually our composition of functions. What's the same and what's different from the last couple? This one has a variable, yes. Please focus. These ones have an x instead of a number to plug in. So I still do, I'll wait. I still need to find what my inner versus my outer function is, but I'm going to do it pretty much the same exact way. So on that first one, what is my inner function? It is going to be, yes, h of x, okay? So I'm going to rewrite this. I know that g is my outer function, so I'm going to do g of, then I always like to leave my parentheses first. And this is 2 times my x gets parentheses plus 3. Is that okay so far? Same steps. Now, instead of plugging in a number or anything else that I found, I'm going to write h of x here so that I know this is what goes in to that set of parentheses, okay? Now, what is h of x? X squared minus 6. So since h of x equals x squared minus 6, that's what I'm going to plug in. So now I have g of x squared minus 6. And now at that step right there, that's where we started on Friday. Okay, so on Friday I gave you like this, and you would have to fill in the expression. Now today I'm just giving you the function name, and you have to fill in your own expression. So how do I start solving this problem? Distribute the 2. So what do I get? 2x squared minus 12, and I still have a plus 3. So I have 2x squared minus 9. Do we agree? Mm-hmm. Did I ask you to simplify? Mm-hmm. Did I ask you to factor? No. So that is going to be my answer. Okay. So again, like I said, on Friday, this is the step where you started. Today, all you need to do is fill in the expression. On Friday, I filled in the expression for you. Today, you're filling in the expression. Okay. Do I have any questions before I move on? Do you have a question? Okay. What is your question? Nope, just leave it. Because I didn't give you a number or a value to evaluate it at. So we're just putting one function into another one and simplifying as far as possible. Yes?
Are you always going to have 2 plus n plus 3?
For this, yes, because that's my g function. But like on the second one, my inner function is h of x again, but what's my outer function this time? What's the outer function on the second one? It's f of x. So now, everywhere I have an x, because f of x is x plus 1, I'm going to write those parentheses. Because normally, I would do f of x equals x plus 1, but instead I'm going to do f of h of x equals h of x plus 1. And we do know what h of x is, because we just used it. What is h of x again? X squared minus 6. Is there anything to distribute through or to simplify? No, so I'm just going to bring everything down and combine any like terms that I have. X squared minus 5. Perfect. And that will be my final answer. Okay, now here are the last 2 that I'm doing with you, and then the next slide is for you tries, and that's all we have. So we are really close to being done. Okay, these are the same functions, f, g, and h. We're just composing them differently. Okay, so my first one, I have g of f of x. What's my inner function? F of x is my inner function, and what's my outer one? G is my outer function, so I'm going to fill it out the same way that I have been. And I really, really, really like to put the parentheses every single time, so that way I'm not skipping steps or anything like that. So if you know you're likely to skip a step, just write the parentheses every single time, just like I do. Now I like to fill it in. The inner part is f of x. You say math is so awesome? I agree. Okay, what is f of x? What is that function? X plus 1. Good. And how do I finish solving this problem? Distribute my 2 through. And I get 2x plus 2 plus 3, which is 2x plus 5 as my final answer. Okay. And then finally, on the fourth one, what's the inner function? What's my inner function? F of x. And what's my outer function? H. On the second one. It's okay. So I have h of x equals squared minus 6, x squared minus 6. So I have f of x as my inner function again. So that is, what is f of x? X plus 1. Now, do I distribute that square through like this? No. I use the box method or FOIL or regrouping, however it is that you do it. So I have x squared plus 1x plus 1x plus 1, which is x squared plus 2x plus 1 minus 6, which is minus 5. And again, that's my final answer because I didn't say factor, I didn't say solve, I didn't say anything else like that. I just said simplify, okay? Okay, here are the last 4. You guys have about 12 minutes left in class. I will give you about 7 or 8 minutes for this so I can go over them with you. If I see that you're done a little bit sooner, I will start going over it with you. There are 2 functions. I recommend writing those down from the beginning. These 4 all use the f of x and the g of x, so copy that down and then start solving. Okay, is this what we got for number 1? Yes? Okay. Are you ready for number 2?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, so on number 2, f goes into g. So, I'll wait. 3x plus 4 goes into x squared minus 1, and this is what you should have gotten. The 9x squared plus 24x plus 16 comes from the FOIL or the box method or multiplying. Okay, remember you have to FOIL or use the box method. Okay, are you done with number 3?
Yes.
Okay. Here is number 3. That's like what we did on the first day of this lesson. Okay, g of negative 1 is 0, but you need to plug that back into f. 3 times 0 is 0, plus 4 is 4. And then did you finish number 4? This is like what we did on Friday.
Yes.
Okay, here's number 4. Please check your answer. And again, that x plus 3 quantity squared means use the box method or FOIL, okay?